Recently, on one of my videos about MAGIX Samplitude Studio 2021, someone asked, hey, can you tell me how many bus tracks can you make with this version and how many plugins per channel? So to answer that question, here are the details. Here you can actually see MAGIX Samplitude Music Studio 2021 build 16 64-bit that I have running, and I've added 128 tracks. Now 128 is the limit, whether they are MIDI or audio, so it's combination. So maximum of 128 tracks is what you can have. And if you do try to add another track, let's say I'm just going to add another track, you will get a message saying upgrade to Pro X. Same if you try to add a MIDI track, it's the same. So that's one of the limitations. Let's have a look into the mixer. So here you can actually see I've got 128 tracks. Let's go right back to the beginning and just sliding through. You can see 21 there, 47 there. So that's going all the way through of 128 tracks. Now the next question, how many buses and auxiliaries? And you can have up to 4 of them in this edition. If we go into setup, here you can see we have up to 4 mix buses and auxiliary buses. If we add more, you'll get the message saying that you need to upgrade. To make things easier to see on the screen, I've actually reduced the tracks to 4, 1 to 4. And here we can actually see the bus 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we also have auxiliary 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the difference between buses and auxiliaries are, buses allow to combine the output of each of your tracks into one channel, where auxiliaries are basically effects channels that allow you to send a certain amount of the signal from each of the tracks or from the buses going into the effects channel, which are auxiliary. To send the outputs of the of each of the tracks into a bus, you simply click at the bottom here and you can select bus 1. And let's say I want to send bus 1 as well. So track 1 and track 2 are going to bus 1. And then, let's say track 3, I want to send to bus 2, and so on. And to send signal to the auxiliary channels, they're right at the top here. We can click and open it up. Here are the 4 of the available auxiliary sends. And we can turn it on to auxiliary 1. And then we can select right at the bottom of it and drag with the mouse. You can see that red line going up and down. That's the amount of signal you are trying to send to auxiliary 1 from this track. Same thing you can do with, obviously, with the buses as well. So you can turn it on into auxiliary 1 and turn the send auxiliary from a bus to an auxiliary. Okay, and the next question was how many inserts? You can have up to 6 inserts. 2 are visible right there. If you click the icon right here, that opens up the rest of it. And here you can select your plugins. Let's say recently used, that one there. So that's where the plugin is. And you can have up to 6 of them per track. Of course, it does support VST plugins. And if we go into plugin browser, we open up my plugins, let's say Melda Production, and I have something here that I can use, I guess the equalizer. Double click, and here's my M equalizer from Melda Productions that I can use for that track. You can drag, as you can see, I'm clicking and dragging it down, as you can see the hand, and now they're gonna swap. Come on, there we go. Bit tricky sometimes because the screen is quite small for me. So you can click and drag it to the next one and they will swap. So these are basically the limitations of MAGIX Samplitude Music Studio 2021. And as far as input, my audio interface only has 1 and 2 input. You can have up to 8 mono simultaneous recording or 4 stereo recording if your audio interface supports it. If you have any further questions you'd like to ask about the limitations, capabilities, feel free to comment below. and I will be following up on those comments and possibly make another video. If this was helpful, please give me the thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great time making music, and I'll catch you in the next one.